Picture this: a sizzling pan, the aroma of steak rising in slow waves of smoke, that unmistakable smell of something primal and comforting. Around it, the world divides, one side calling it poison, the other calling it power. "Red meat will kill you," headlines scream. "Red meat is essential," others insist. It's the oldest argument in nutrition, a tug of war between fear and tradition, between modern science and ancient instinct. But the truth, as always, lives somewhere quieter, not in extremes, but in nuance. Because food is never the villain or the hero. It's the story we tell about it and the way we use it that defines the outcome. For centuries, red meat was sacred, hunted, honored, shared. It fueled human evolution, feeding the growth of our brains, the repair of our muscles, the survival of our species. But today, it's been stripped of its story, processed beyond recognition, packaged in neon lights and hidden behind marketing claims. When people ask if red meat is bad, what they're really asking is, which kind of red meat? From where? How much? How often? Because the answer changes with every layer. Let's start with what makes red meat special. It's dense with heme iron, the kind of iron your body absorbs most efficiently, the same element that colors your blood and carries oxygen to your cells. It's rich in vitamin B12, essential for brain health and nerve function, and loaded with zinc, selenium, and creatine, nutrients that support immunity, muscle energy, and metabolism. For many people, especially women and vegetarians returning to omnivory, a little red meat can restore balance faster than supplements ever could. Its protein is complete, all 9 amino acids, in ratios the human body recognizes instantly. On paper, it's a masterpiece of nutrition. But, and here's where the nuance begins, the source and form of that meat change everything. There's a canyon of difference between a grass-fed steak from a pasture and a processed hot dog from a factory. The first nourishes, the second inflames. Processed red meats, sausages, deli slices, bacon, are the real culprits behind most of the alarming headlines. They contain nitrates, preservatives, and oxidized fats that increase inflammation and may damage blood vessel walls. Long-term studies have consistently linked heavy consumption of these products to higher risks of heart disease, colon cancer, and type 2 diabetes. But whole, unprocessed red meat, consumed in moderation, doesn't carry the same weight of evidence. In fact, recent analyses challenge the old dogma. A massive 2019 review published in Annals of Internal Medicine examined decades of studies and found only weak, inconsistent links between unprocessed red meat and chronic disease. The data wasn't nearly as clear-cut as public fear suggests. One study may show risk, another shows neutrality, a few even show benefits in specific populations. The truth is complex because humans are complex. Our genes, microbiomes, cooking methods, and overall diets all alter how meat interacts with our biology. Let's talk about the saturated fat debate, another misunderstood chapter. For years, saturated fat was blamed for heart disease, and by extension, red meat wore that guilt like a badge. But newer research paints a more nuanced picture. It's not just about the amount of saturated fat, but its context. When red meat replaces sugar and refined carbs, blood markers often improve. Triglycerides drop, HDL rises. But when it replaces fish, legumes, or plant fats, risk edges upward. It's not the meat alone, it's what surrounds it that defines its impact. Diet is a symphony, not a solo. And then there's how we cook it. High-heat grilling and charring produce compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which can damage DNA if consumed regularly. But again, moderation and method matter. Marinating meat in herbs, lemon, or vinegar before cooking can reduce those compounds dramatically. Pairing meat with colorful vegetables, rich in antioxidants, helps neutralize free radicals and balance the plate. The body was never meant to handle meat alone. It was designed to thrive on variety. You see, culture has always known what science is rediscovering. In the Mediterranean, small portions of lamb are eaten alongside olive oil, garlic, and wine, antioxidants everywhere. In East Africa, herders balance red meat with fermented milk and herbs. In South America, beef is grilled but shared with chimichurri, parsley, vinegar, vitamin C. Nature built antidotes into the plants that grow near the animals. The wisdom was always there. Still, for some, even the cleanest red meat can be problematic. Those with certain gut imbalances or high levels of TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide, a compound produced when gut bacteria metabolize meat, may experience higher cardiovascular risk. But this isn't universal. It depends on microbiome diversity. People who eat plenty of fiber and vegetables often produce less TMAO even with the same meat intake. It's not just what you eat, it's what your gut does with what you eat. So, is red meat bad for you? The simplest, honest answer: it depends on your plate, your body, your habits, and your perspective. Eat red meat daily with white bread, soda, and stress, and it becomes toxic. Eat it twice a week with vegetables, herbs, and gratitude, and it becomes nourishment. The dose makes the poison, and intention makes the difference. Here's what the balance looks like in practice. 2 to 3 moderate servings a week, about the size of your palm, of unprocessed, preferably grass-fed red meat. Cook it gently, not burned. Pair it with plants, especially greens rich in vitamin C, to enhance iron absorption. Avoid ultra-processed meats as daily staples. Think of red meat not as an addiction, but as an occasional anchor, grounding, primal, deeply human. The environmental question deserves honesty too. Industrial meat production strains the planet, methane emissions, water usage, deforestation. But regenerative grazing, managed pastures where animals restore soil carbon and biodiversity, flips that story. Not all meat harms the earth, some helps heal it. The same rule applies. The system matters more than the slogan. And spiritually, though science can't measure it, there's something to be said for the energy of food. When you know where your food came from, when you respect the animal, cook slowly and eat mindfully, your body digests differently. Gratitude alters biology. Stress shuts down digestion. Presence opens it. The quality of your energy depends not only on nutrients, but on consciousness. So maybe the real question isn't, is red meat bad? But how connected are you to what you eat? Because the body reads connection as safety. When you eat in alignment, choosing consciously, cooking intentionally, your nervous system relaxes. And that calmness, that balance, may be the greatest nutrient of all. Modern science is moving toward a principle ancient wisdom never abandoned. Context is everything. Red meat is neither poison nor perfection. It's potential. Its effects depend on dosage, preparation, balance, and biology. For some, it's medicine, rebuilding iron stores, stabilizing hormones, fueling recovery. For others, it's a stressor, inflaming, heavy, unnecessary. Both can be true. The key is personalization, not polarization. Next time you eat red meat, do it without fear, but not without thought. Choose quality, pair it with color, eat it slowly, gratefully. Listen afterward. Does your body feel light or sluggish, warm or inflamed, energized or tired? That's your truth, and it's worth more than any headline. In the end, the nuance reveals something deeper. Food isn't moral. It doesn't divide the good from the bad. It reflects relationship between body and earth, appetite and awareness, balance and care. Red meat can hurt or heal, depending on the hands, the heart, and the habits that bring it to the plate. So if you felt guilt for eating it, release that. If you've avoided it entirely but still feel drained, test your balance. Let food be inquiry, not ideology. Because the goal isn't to follow rules, it's to feel alive. Eat consciously, respect your biology, stay curious, and remember, truth, like nutrition, is never black or white. It's red, rich, and deeply human. Stay balanced, stay aware, and stay nourished. This is Vital Dynasty.